Hey guys, what's going on? Jamie here. Wanted to do a short little preview for Mind Capital, give you my thoughts on it, and really let you know why I didn't initially jump into it. Because I actually seen this about a month ago. There was a couple of people sharing this with me, and over the last week or so, there's been a lot of people really hitting me up on Telegram about this. And yeah, I actually seen this a while ago. And when I saw this, a couple of things couple things came to mind. Number one, it looked very similar to L7 trade. Looked very similar to our Binance, and there was another arbitrage platform. I forget the name, but there was about three or four of them towards the middle of last year that were really hot. And when I first took a look at this, it looked pretty much like that. And so I decided to, kind of just watch it from a distance. I didn't decide not to get in, but I also didn't put a deposit in, and I decided to wait a little bit because I wanted to see what would happen. And then number two, when I first took a look at this, it was like the beginning of December. And typically in the month of December, this is just personal thing for me. In the month of December, I usually don't jump into a lot of things only because for the last 2 or 3 years, there's been a pattern of number one, Bitcoin, crypto in general, um, you know, plummeting towards the back end of the year, specifically December. And when crypto tanks, usually these platforms go sideways. Some of them act funny, they stop withdrawals, or some of them just exit scam straight away. So usually around December, for the most part, I don't jump into a lot of things, and I just kind of make a short list of things that I may look at, after the New Year's. And this is one of those programs. This is one of those platforms. So, yeah, if you're fond of arbitrage trading platforms and you're familiar with L7 Trade or Binance and platforms like that, Arbistars, I think it's similar to that as well. This might be right up your alley. So, um, you're going to average anywhere from zero point 0.5 to 1.5% per day. You can get started for as little as $100. So as long as you put $100 in the platform, you'll earn on that 0.5 to 1.5% per day. It doesn't pay out on the weekends, very typical for arbitrage platforms. But Monday through Friday, it does pay out. And as long as you have a contribution, right, a deposit in the platform, you will continue to earn. So there's not like an end. It's not a platform that pays out for 30 days or 60 days or 90 days or until you hit a certain ROI. It'll continue to pay you every single day as long as you have a contribution, right? As long as you have a deposit in the platform. Now, you can take that deposit out. I believe it's 90 days. You can pull it out after 90 days with zero penalty. And if you pull it out before 90 days, you could still pull it out, but you will receive some form of penalty, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know the exact percentage. I read it and I just can't think of it right now. But again, very similar, very typical of other platforms that are like this. Um, yeah, as you can see here, when you make your deposit, you will start to earn on that. Um, and the other thing that's pretty cool about this, and I've been, like I said, I've been watching this from a distance for about a month, watching webinars, jumping on their official YouTube channel, just kind of, you know, keeping my eye on it. And one thing I do like about it, and again, very similar to other platforms that came in the past like this, is its instant withdrawals. So when you make a withdrawal, you don't really need to wait 24 hours or a couple of hours or 2 or 3 days, like other platforms. Again, nothing wrong with that. But this one here, you could make a withdrawal and within seconds, it's pretty much instantly in your your personal wallet. So that's another added plus. So again, this is just a quick preview. I'll do a full review once I have a couple of days on my deposit because I want to show you real numbers and actual data. But in the meanwhile, I'll leave a link or leave a couple of links underneath here to these PDFs that you could take a look at. Some of them are, if you've seen one of these PDFs, you've seen them all. I mean, a lot of times they'll spend a couple of pages just talking about crypto, the crypto market, why trading is good, et cetera, et cetera. And this is no different. So you can go through this, just have some information on the owner. Um, he does show up on the webinars. Like if you go to their official YouTube channel, there's been some webinars that they've done where they've put up the replay, like Zoom webinars. And he usually does a testimonial at the end, and he speaks Spanish, and then I think a lot of times they translate. He's based out in Spain, I believe. But one thing that's odd, at least to me, is that there's really no um, digital footprint. He doesn't have an account on Facebook. I don't think he has an account on LinkedIn. Actually, that's not true. I did find an account on Facebook for him, but I don't think it's an actual account because the account looks really, really new, and I think there's like one or two pictures in it. So, again, I'm not saying that he's not a real person because he doesn't have a digital footprint, but it is kind of odd. He's obviously an actual person. He shows up on the webinars, like I said, and you can see him speaking on the Zoom webinars because with Zooms, you can actually see the people speaking that are doing the webinars. But again, the fact that he doesn't have like a social media account that goes back a couple of years, that's kind of weird. But we'll see what happens. Again, it's not a deal breaker for me. He is kind of he is kind of an older gentleman, and obviously older people, lots of times they aren't on social media. So I kind of, I didn't really think it was that big of a deal, but again, it's not a deal breaker. It's something that I noticed. But yeah, you can check out this PDF. I will leave a link for it. Again, you average 0.5 to 1.5% per day. And again, if you've been in other arbitrage trading platforms, you already know you'll get that percentage as long as you have a contribution or a deposit in the platform. Okay. Again, there's not a lot of transparency. When I say there's not a lot of transparency, I'm talking about like actual trades. Like if you go over here, on their operations tab in their back office, you can actually see like things that are going, like this will scroll, but again, it doesn't, at least for me, I haven't been able to verify if these are actual trades. Now, if someone has verified that, or if you're watching this video and you've verified these trades, post a comment underneath. Let me know. I'm very interested to see any type of transparency or proof of these trades. Again, I'm not saying that it's a bad platform because there's a lot of platforms out there that are doing well that we can't verify 1,000% trades and things of that nature that are going on. So again, it's not a deal breaker, but again, just because there's things that are numbers that are scrolling on the operations tab, again, I can't verify one way or another if it's actual real trading. But like I said, I'm hoping to get proof. You know what I mean? In the meanwhile, I will test it out. I'll put a deposit in. Because like I said, there is profits to be made. And the other thing that I like about it, okay, is that it's super brand new, super early. Again, it's been in pre-launch for about a month. When I first took a look at it, it was about a month old. There was a few people, there was like 2 or 3 people that were hitting me up about it. Again, over the last week or so, there's been a ton of people hitting me up about this because it's really starting to get some traction. But it's officially launching on the 11th of January. So in 2 days is when it, quote unquote, officially launches, although it's been operational for about a month, but it officially launches this Saturday. So again, it's still quite early. If you're for someone that likes to get into things super duper early, this might be right up your alley. Of course, outside of being a passive participant, there is a referral program. You can take a look at it on this PDF. Again, I'm not going to go through every single page here. You can take a look at it on your own. But it's basically a couple of different levels that you can get paid on. There are qualifications to each level. So it's not like you open up all these levels straight away. You do have to hit certain requirements. But right away, if you make $100 deposit, you will open up levels 1 and 2. Once you have $5,000 in total contributions from people that are personally sponsored by you, that opens up level 3 and 4. And I think you see the pattern, right? So that's the referral bonus again, and you're going to get paid these percentages not on what people deposit, but the profits that they make. Okay, so these are percentages that you're going to make off of the profits of the people that you've referred, the profits that they're making on a daily basis. So again, very, very similar to other arbitrage platforms that were out last year. So yeah, take a look at this. This is the FAQ. I'll leave a link for this as well. Again, I'll do a full review once I have a couple of days of earnings on my personal contribution. That way I can give you some real data and show you some numbers. But I just wanted to give you a preview, let you know that this one is launching in the next 2 days. And again, with these platforms, you want to get in at the very, very beginning. All right, guys. So again, do your own research, guys. Do your own due diligence. If you want to set out on this one, or if you want to just kind of watch it from a distance, like I said, for me, I kind of watched it for about a month. And now that we're getting closer to the actual official launch date, I wanted to do a preview on it for my channel. So again, do your own research. Only put in what you can afford to lose, guys. Risk capital. Because again, these platforms, not just this one, but any crypto passive platform, there is going to be risk involved. All right. So that being said, I'll give you more updates as we move forward. And again, once I get some real data and some earnings, I'll show you what those look like. So that being said, I'll catch you in the next update video, guys. Of course, if you haven't joined our team Telegram, go ahead and do so. Follow me on CocoScope. Follow me on Library. If you haven't subscribed yet to this channel, go ahead and subscribe. Hit the little bell icon. And yeah, I'll catch you on the next update video. Peace.